leaves have come off the trees, but the casino is indeed still open. Here at Peppermill Reno, we are back, and we are jumping in a 5-10 game right now. All right, first off, so nobody complains, the poker hands start at the time code on your screen. It was a busy couple of weeks, starting with Anna and I having the chance to take advantage of the now newly married Marco from Trupoya and his wife Leslie's limo privileges for a dinner outside of Peppermill. And they got me a gift. Now, I have not seen this gift yet. I'm going to wait till the end of the vlog to open it and see what it is. That was the same week when my buddy Nick and I had the chance to play Eagle Valley West in Carson City. And when I drove past this guy, I half expected the song Shadow of the Sun by Audioslave to fire off. Just as Michael Mann would have wanted. I also got to head down to Vegas and see my Vegas Golden Knights this past week, thanks to Scott Bean, whose Section 6 seats never get old. Unfortunately, Mark Stone and Aiden Hill remain hurt, and that's not helping the team, who have been going through a rough stretch and ended up losing that game to a tough Tampa Bay Lightning team. I only got one quick session in of poker on that trip, and it wasn't enough to vlog, which leads us in to vlog 328, which I will be tracking on the Left Pocket Poker Bankroll Manager. It was a day where I'd start off in the hole losing about 500 on the first hand I'd play. You know, standard stuff. I would raise ace-king, get a king-high board, and be against the other two kings. Anyway, Mr. W was on my immediate left in a game that looked pretty good. For the most part, rich guys that don't need to work, though they're all pretty damn good poker players. The fact remains, either way it's going to be a game with action. Or so I'd hope. I would raise to 30 under the gun 7-handed with sixes. 3 players would end up making this call, and with 125 in, a set had been flopped against me in the hand you missed. And thankfully for me, I have flopped a set in the hand you're looking at. Ace, 6, deuce, 2 hearts, and the big blind checks. I decide to go for the check raise here with Mr. W behind me. Usually he's reliable in that regard, but in this case, it gets checked through. As the ancient Chinese proverb states, you can only check raise when your opponent bets. Turns the 7 of clubs, and now the small blind checks for a second time, and this time I bet out for about half pot, making it 65. Mr. W calls in the low jack, and the other two go out. So with 255 in the pot, the river is the king of clubs. I bet 145 here, thinking that if he has an ace, it's not going to be a very strong one. He hems and haws for quite a while before making the call. Creating a $400 pot, I show my hand, and of course he mucks. I proceed to fold just about every hand for the next hour of play, and at that point, somehow we were still 7-handed, which is rare. We'd get a low jack raise and a call on the hijack. I squeezed to 150 in the cutoff with 9, 5 of hearts. Thinking I only had to get through the initial opener to win this pot. Sure enough, he does fold. But the hijack, who had just called the 30, takes his remaining $500 stack and jams all in. This is unfortunate. I muck rather than calling 350 more with 9 high, and he shows ace-king. The game fills up, and we get guys prop betting on one of them being able to throw a water bottle in the trash can, and the no would come in.
Double or nothing?
Brand new 10-20 mixed game drama ha. Table number 6, Mike B, April, Jacob, Jaime, Jordan, Rishi, Carol, Bill, H.
Then, another hand of poker would occur, and what a hand it was. Under the gun opens to 35, and middle position makes the call. The low jack 3-bets this to 175, and I look down at pocket aces on the button. I slide in a hockey puck announcing $400, and the first 2 guys fold. Low jack thinks about it for a second before making the call. So with 885 in, the flop is deuce 5-6 rainbow. I'm thinking about how much to bet here, but all of a sudden that became a non-point, as he would go ahead and say that he's all in for $785. I'm not exactly shocked that's the way it's going to play out. Obviously feels like a pre-flop cooler. I'm never folding pocket aces here. I certainly think he's going to be doing this with more overpairs than just kings. The pot is $2,455. We agree to run it twice. The first board rolls off, and then the second, And he would say that you're good on both. So we go from being stuck early to being in the black, not too far in. This is a mid-session update. As some of you know, my all-time favorite show is Better Call Saul, followed by Breaking Bad, so I think Vince Gilligan is an absolute legend. His new show, Pluribus, is now out. And I can't even tell you what it's about, because that's a spoiler. But I gotta tell you, through 2 episodes, it's money. And that's all I have to say about that. Once again, I didn't get involved with too many hands over the next hour, though I would 3-bet Ace King of Clubs and take the pot down with a $150 flop bet. That would lead us to this hand. And amazingly enough, it would come as Alan Keating plays the favorite hand of the man I'm about to play this hand against. By the way, that episode of High Stakes Poker features Jennifer Tilly, someone who has the best kind of money that you can have. Simpsons money. You might have noticed I was in the small blind in that hand with the Ace King, so this hand comes exactly 1 orbit later when the hijack makes it 35 and I have pocket 5s in the small blind and make the call. Big blind calls as well, so with 105 in the pot, the flop is 5, 6, 9 with 2 spades. Bottom set and I check. Big blind checks and the hijack fires out 1 green chip. Knowing how many hands the big blind is going to come along with here on a draw-heavy board, I go ahead and raise right now, making it 175. Big blind folds, and the hijack thinks about it for a second before finally making the call. So with 455 in the pot, the turn pairs the 9, filling me up. I bet out for 250 here, and he doesn't take too long and makes the call. So with 955 in the river is the King of Clubs. If I had to try to figure out the most likely hands that I'm going to be up against here, I would certainly think of pocket aces, pocket kings, and pocket queens. And now, I have to hope he doesn't have one of those 3. It felt to me that he's probably going to raise a 9 on the turn, as I could be betting a flush draw here a decent amount of the time. So, with all of that in mind, I didn't want to lose my action. And I bet 400. I just don't think aces or queens are going to pay off any more than that. And he thinks about this for only a second and makes the call, creating a $1,755 pot, and I would be stunned to find out what I would beat here. 7-8 offsuit for a bit of a loose pre-flop open, but a hell of a flop for him. And as it would turn out, 1 lucky turn card for me. As though I never would have thought that that 9 had actually changed who had the best hand in this hand. But amazingly, it did. Unfortunately for me, that would be the last hand I would win on the day, as the rest of the pots I'd play over the next couple of hours would be pretty small. But I would still get out of there, racking up and booking the win. After careful consideration, I had determined that running good is far superior to running bad. On this day, I lost that 1 big pot right before I could even begin filming this vlog, and then didn't lose too many after. Booking a win of $1,410. I'm gonna come back here tomorrow, try to get a short or 2 recorded, and hopefully you'll watch them. All right, this is my last vlog as a 40-year-old man, or turning 41. I spent like the entire last year trying to figure out how I could do a Mike Gundy bit on this vlog, but I just figured too many people wouldn't get the joke. But shout out to those of you that would have, if I'd gone that direction. Marco from Trupoya and his now wife Leslie from Trupoya have given me a gift for that birthday, which I'm going to open here in just a minute after I request that you hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're new to this channel, and consider, if you're looking to play when you're on the go, to check out the group that I've been with since 2020. That is High Society on Poker Bros. Definitely the most reliable guys you can work with in that space. I can definitely vouch for them. So go ahead and check out the link. All the information you need is in the description below. Okay, let's see what we got here. Damn. The Trupoyas, and they're coming up big. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got a card. Let's see here. What's going on? What are they giving me here? Huh, no, I don't think that's the right number. think I'm only 41, but they seem to think, they're talking about the fact that I now have all the necessary equipment for something. I'm not sure what they're, let's see, I'm not sure what they're getting at here. Anyway, I got a book. I got a book here. What is this? Huh. Oh, Phil Hellmuth. It seems like they've modified it a little bit. How to suck at live cash. Well, you know, hey, if you want to hear from a 60-year-old man, like that card would indicate, I guess this is the book for you. Okay, well, there's that. We got that. Slippers. Does seem like the kind of thing a 60-year-old man might walk around in. Let's see here. Folgers. There's nothing like waking up. Like Folgers in your cup, something along those lines. I'm not sure what are they getting at here? What are they trying to say? What are they getting at? Let's see here. Oh, no. And we're not done with the coffee. We're not done with the coffee. We got more coffee. We got a mug and a spoon. More coffee. What are they trying to say? What are they trying to tell me? Wait a minute. I am no genius. But are they trying to say I'm an OMC?